There'll be good pace from Yadav. He's a good, strong bowler.
Yep.
Nice gentle shot. Little leg glance.
Yeah, just straying in line there, Yadav, looking to get that ball coming into the left-hander. Starts it too straight.
Doesn't miss there, Cook.
The value of patience. Waits for the loose ball, short and wide. Bread and butter for Alistair Cook.
Lovely balance from Alistair Cook.
Not really threatening with his pace at the moment, Yadav. 83 miles an hour, that one.
Now then. Now then. Gets his line right eventually. Did it carry?
The key about this is he squared him up. Looking to play through the onside. It's a drop. It's down.
That is the first strike of the day. It's Ashwin, the off-spinner. The one spinner in this Indian team who has made the breakthrough. It's Alistair Cook who has to go, completely beaten.
That's a beautiful delivery. Beautiful revs on the ball, great seam position, a little bit of turn. A few balls earlier, the ball was going on with the arm, not really holding that one, holding just enough to beat the outside edge. Cook pushing at it, expecting it to go straight back into his pad. Unfortunately, he's out for 13, and England lose their first wicket.
Sliced away. And the chase will bring nothing. 4 runs. Jennings has to play late. We've got the ball swinging here still. Only the 10th over of the morning. You see this angle away from the left-hander. That's gone fine, and that'll go very quickly for 4.
Pulling very full, Ishant Sharma, searching for a wicket. He needs to be very full to hit those stumps. Straying in line, swinging too much onto the pads. Joe Root. He looks very good. Great balance.
Free slip. He just managed to get that down to third man. It would go all the way for 4, but a slight moral victory for the bowler. 50 up for England, 53 for 1 after 16. Pick up 4. A nice shot from Keaton Jennings. Just a little bit of width.
Well, he's been in generally good form this season. Jennings brought back in for that second test match against Pakistan on the back of good, decent form for Lancashire in the championship.
The fielder at points. There is a third man, but he's not going to cut that off. Nice shot from the England captain.
No point in chasing that.
Balls have been trickling around those stumps for Joe Root, but again he's safe as he heads towards the dressing room. Just heard him pass his left in the background. He's saying lunch. So that's the end of the first session. Just 2 overs less than what is expected. Usually get 15 overs an hour. They got 28 in the 2 hours.
Well, a good session for England there. Just 1 wicket down, Alistair Cook. very watchful session.
Lost a reasonably early wicket, England. Cook went with just 26 runs on the board, but since then, Jennings and the Root have taken them to pretty much a good position at lunch. 83 for 1. Five bowlers used. 3 seamers, Ashwin the spinner and Pandya the all-rounder, bowling a bit of seam, but not a great deal of luck. Just the 1 wicket for Ashwin.
We didn't see too much of that early spell as well, coming around the wicket and looking to bowl into the left-hander. Well, that's gone horribly wrong. Searching for the ball that leaves the left-hander. When you started it too wide, it's just continued to go.
Yeah, generally he's looked to push it back at Keaton Jennings. This was the one that went the other way, but he started it offline, didn't give.
Oh, onto the stumps. How unfortunate for Keaton Jennings. He had no idea where that was. Off bat, onto pad, then maybe a bit of boot, and it gently rolled back onto the stumps.
India will think that they deserve that. Quite a few bowlers have been flirting around with those stumps, whether it's off the inside edge or just off the bat itself, eventually just spinning back onto the off stump. The direction in which it was going originally, when it got through his legs, was heading down the leg side. That's unfortunate. 42 for Keaton Jennings, it's 98 for 2.
Tried the short ball, but it was poorly directed and very easy for Milan. His first boundary.
Got absolutely nothing out of that pitch. No bounce, very little pace.
Oh, flash pass first slip. Root on the drive, it went very, very quickly. It's not the most stylish way to bring up 6,000 personal runs in Test match cricket, but that's a significant milestone nonetheless. Covered into the pads, given out. Jamie round the wicket, a shrug from Milan. He goes up for the advice of his captain.
Mark, review for LBW. Original decision out. Can we start with the front foot, please? Fair delivery. Spin vision, please. Doesn't seem like any bet. Can we check with the old trade? No bet involved. Ball tracking, please. This impact is umpire's call, and it is umpire's call on the stumps. So you can stay with your original decision. I'll tell you when you're on screen. On screen now. Well done.
A bail trimmer. Umpire's call on impact. And umpire's call on height. Milan goes for 8. England 112 for 3. A good passage of play for India.
That is nicely timed. It's also very, very nicely placed. A loose ball from Ashwin, but put away very nicely.
That's a carom ball, I think.
Lovely shot. Full and wide. Still needed to be put away with some style, and it was.
Yeah, lovely shot. So you reckon, Arbazan, that 4 overs, 2 for 10?
The game in the balance. And the bowler string onto the pads. And Joe Root equal to the task, whipping it away through square leg. Great balance. That's one of his strengths. Anything on the pads, angled towards his body. He's got great supple wrists, good head position. Nothing rushed, nothing muscled, just timed beautifully. Sorry, not his debut. And there we go, Ashwin falling a little too full. And Johnny Bairstow back into almost one-day mode, heaving it over mid-wicket.
Yeah, this is good from England. This is their dynamic middle order. They got Bairstow, then they got Stokes, and then they've got Butler. Now Ashwin is a lot better as a bowler when you allow him to settle, and right-handers have a better record against him. Just edgy down to third man, goes away for 4.
A second streaky stroke by Bairstow that's gone in there. Wide are the slips. What do you reckon, as I get that short extra catching to maybe a fine gully? It's been a couple that's gone in there. Both these batsmen attacking. They've moved that third slip even.
Yeah, very good from Pandya. Very good from Bairstow and Root as well. Should be tea on day 1, and it is. Pretty even contest, this. Ashwin and Shami have bowled beautifully. We're into England's strong middle order, the likes of Bairstow, Stokes and Butler. Try and stick with their captain Joe Root. Fight hard in that last session. That session, 2 wickets, 80 runs, over 8 slightly better. Joe Root, the quickest player to get to 6,000 test runs in terms of time. If you're an England fan, you'll hope that he'll carry on, get a big 100 later today and tomorrow. Cook made 13 before he got a beauty from Ashwin. Jennings was unlucky, dragging it onto his stumps for 42 off Shami. Malan got one that skidded on, as Shami does. On review, given out for 8. Good partnership. Bairstow 27, and the run machine, Mr. Consistent Joe Root. England captains there on 65.
The Indian bowlers have been led by a spinner on the first day of the test match. Ashwin making the vital breakthrough, getting Cook out early. Mohammad Shami bowling very well on his return, but the rest of the bowlers need to support those two with some more penetration and more wickets.
I was about to say that Shami was approaching the crease a bit gingerly after tea, almost as if the exertions had taken too much out of him, but he produced a beauty, actually, one that angled in and it just straightened up as well and took the outside edge. It's been around a while, hasn't it? Bowlers used to just stride out and mark their runs quite casually. Beautifully played through mid-wicket. It's a leg stump half volley, but you have to put them away. And this was beautifully timed through the leg side by the England captain. Very fine, poor end to the over from Hardik Pandya. Consecutive boundaries for Joe Root, 177 for 3 Nas. Beautiful shot from Bairstow. He was over pitch from Shami. There was a hint of swing, but Bairstow covered it. Played deliberately, I think, by Bairstow. He wants to be slightly careful because that man is hovering at 4th slip. Bairstow is trying to glide it down to third man, and it certainly catchable height wide of.
Well, that's a lovely shot and a lovely way to reach the half century as well. Johnny Bairstow moves to 53. Just punches that down the ground off the front foot. Just held the bat there for a moment, almost in the same way as the Joe Root bat mic drop, but hung on to it. Acknowledged the applause of the crowd nicely. He's 53 not out now from 72 balls. There's a couple more not out now as well. In fact, it'll be 4 more, I think. Just enough on it to beat the dive. Jadeja is the sub on for Umesh. Even his pace across the ground wasn't enough to reach that one in time.
And this one a bit of a teaser, plays it away from his body.
Thick edge, nothing wrong with that as such, perfectly safe. Brings up that 100 partnership. Just runs away for 4 as well. So the partnership now 103, and it's come at a reasonably good pace too from 137 balls. This is angled wide. Got to hurry. Oh dear, now where's this going to end up? Virat Kohli has produced the perfect piece of fielding at the perfect time to break a partnership that was flourishing, a partnership that seemed to be in no trouble whatsoever. Joe Root is not waiting for the decision. This was going to be risky. Just look at the athleticism of the fielding. And, well, Ashwin did nothing there. Just let it roll onto the stumps. Joe Root knew he was well short of his ground. And through no fault necessarily of his own this time, yet again 50 does not become 100 for Joe Root. He goes for 80, 216 for 4. Drags it on. India have had the knack of picking up wickets at good key times today, and they've done it again. So Johnny Bairstow, having seemed to be in complete command and playing with discipline and freedom at the same time, drags it on for 70. India just keep on picking up wickets.
You will not want to see Joe Root as he walks off. Johnny Bairstow goes for 70, 223 for 5.
Given it. The appeal was enthusiastic. Injar took a moment or two just to consider his decision. And Jos Buttler is not going to question that decision. He feels that he knows what was going to happen. This is a great strike, perfect strike for India and for Ashwin. Here we go, the seam, the perfect position. A little bit of turn. Hits him on the knee roll. And the appeal, well, it was instantaneous, and the decision not far behind.
And that's the key there, little turn. He's not getting pronounced movement off the surface.
Tucked away beautifully by Ben Stokes. That'll be his first boundary. These two need to dig in. Find a way of getting a partnership and arrest the momentum that India have found over the last 45 minutes. It started with a run out of the captain. Can do. It doesn't always. That helps. Lovely shot from Stokes as Shami drifts onto his pads.
Well, the last time they played India in Chennai, they got 477 in their first innings and lost by an innings.
Well, there's another. England have got themselves in a real jam here. Ben Stokes, so much rested on him, and he flicks one back to Ashwin.
And hangs his head because it was an innocuous delivery, really short from Ashwin. Stokes could have put it anywhere, and what he has done has leading edged it straight back to Ravi Ashwin. One moment has turned today. It's not that moment. It was the moment that Virat Kohli ran Joe Root out, because England have declined from 216 for 3 to 243 for 7.
Square through the offside. Sam Curran moves on to 11, 257 for 7.
Well, in the build-up to the game, when Ed Smith was talking about his selections, talked a bit about Sam Curran, said he was, among many things that impressed him, one was his attitude. He sees him as a real
A cruncher through the offside. Makes him feel good. 261 for 7. Mikey?
Just as you mentioned, Ashwin Bumble, I had a chat with Ravi Shastri this morning about the selection of.
Made 3 lovely shots through the offside, Sam Curran.
He has, yeah. One off the front foot, the previous over, this one off the back foot.
Could be going down. Definitely not interested.
They look close. Ishant Sharma has to be pretty full to hit the stumps, but they have referred it.
Mark, we have a review for
He's in hitting the wickets or sliding down the inside.
Front foot first, please. Fair delivery. Spin vision, please. Looks like no bet. Can I check with Ultra Edge, please? Rock and roll that. Okay, no bet. Ball tracking if ready. Impact in line, Chris, and hitting the stumps. You have to reverse your decision. I'll tell you when you're on screen. On screen now.
Successful review then from India as they remove Adil Rashid plumb in front for 13, 278 for 8. Bye is given. A leaping Dinesh Karthik can't stop it.
Short and at the batsman. There's a short leg under the helmet. Deep square leg.
That should be gone. It is gone. Flush on the pad. And looking like he was going dead on to hit the stumps.
Four wickets for Ashwin on the first day of a test match. Bowled with the seam. It is the arm ball, flatter, quicker, hitting nothing but middle or midland leg. Ashwin has been absolutely brilliant for India. He has been the main reason why they're in a dominant position. And Stuart Broad goes for 1. England 283 for 9.
And we'll be coming back tomorrow with Sam Curran and James Anderson at the crease. Brilliant day for Ravi Ashwin. 4 wickets for him. And a brilliant day for India. Definitely their session. You would say it was probably mixed at tea time. England in the ascendancy. 6 wickets for 122 runs. Both Cook and Jennings hung around for a bit. Cook out to a brilliant delivery from Ashwin into the attack early. Jennings with an unlucky dismissal, the ball rolling onto his stumps, and the partnership between Root and Bairstow. That was undone by the run out of Virat Kohli. Brilliant presence of mind, and then 6 wickets falling in the session after that.
the lion's share of the wickets on day one of a test match in England, going surprise, surprise to Ravichandran Ashwin, a spinner. 25 overs, 64 wickets in the bag. Ishant Sharma and Umesh Yadav bowling well in support, but Mohammad Shami, the other standout fast bowler, 2 wickets for 64, and India in great control, great position in this test match.